let me just get in here and get things sorted.
Good man.
As they say.
Anyway, let's go with the team then, eh?
On you go, Fox. You got the team there?
Yes, I have indeed. It's Alan McGregor in goal. A back four of Tav, Worrell, Goldson and Halliday. A midfield of McCrory, Jack and Arfield. And up front we have Kent, Morelos and Candias.
Yep. Is this the team he's expected, guys? We were all discussing it last night, Friday night, that about McCrory, etc. Davis. What do you think of the way he's set out the midfield?
Well, I think Jimmy's, as I said to Fox just 2 minutes ago, I think it's a kind of defensive-looking midfield. He's obviously trying to look to contain the midfield and hoping that our two wingers are going to do their magic. But I don't think it's varied much for more or less what most of us thought, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I think really the only one some of us wanted and some didn't was McCrory in.
Are you surprised about McCrory, Fox?
Sorry.
Fox, you surprised that McCrory's in, or you
no, I wouldn't say surprised. I thought that the boy Kamara would maybe have held his place. There was always the option of bringing Steve Davis in as well, but I see on the bench we've got the three other midfielders, so
yeah.
Let's hope the engine room really works hard, mate, and keeps us in the game, and maybe we can add a wee bit of flair again by bringing on Davis later on, and or Kamara, you know.
Have we any indication of their team yet, how they might set their personnel? Because that certainly decides what kind of game plan that we should go for. I don't know who. I mean, I can't see anything for them yet what they've announced their team, but they've got a few injuries. We don't know what personnel they're going to play. But should that matter to you today?
Their team's just come up the now there, Jimmy. Bain, Lustig, Boyata, Ager, Tierney, Nisham, Brown, McGregor, Forrest, Edward and Hayes. To be honest, their subs bench is full of attackers.
Aye.
Rogic, Sinclair, Burke and Weir. So obviously they're going for it and all. That might suit us, as I say, because we've been used to that in Europe, teams coming at us.
Yeah.
And going by what our manager said, I think he kind of thought that as well. So a lot of it's going to, as Fox says there, a lot of it's going to depend on the work rate of our midfield, mate.
Yeah. Are you with us yet, Bridge?
If he is,
I'm here, buddy. I'm here. Yes. I'm based on that team. We were actually saying this the other night there that most of us, in all honesty, thought it would be great to see the young lad McCrory in, but we didn't think he'd pick him. But it looks as he's changed his mind in some way or other. He's now in. So obviously we need a performance from him. And for me, Ryan Jack's probably, to me, I'm not saying he's 100% defensive mid, but the way he plays for us, he plays a really good role as defensive mid, and that might turn out to be his best position. But I think he's a smashing player for us. So yeah, I agree that it's slightly defensive in the midfield, defensive looking, but we'll see what happens. They might split. They might go McCrory in the back and let Ryan Jack run up and service in somewhere or Arfield. Really pleased with that. Really pleased.
Yeah, I think like myself, guys, I'm pleased that McCrory's been given the shout today because, you know, we're all saying there the last few weeks that he deserved to be in the team. So, you know, he's got the chance here today against this mob to shine again for us. I'm just looking to see, hoping that Andy Halliday puts in a good performance today. We need a gritty performance off him. The back four need to be tight today.
Andy Halliday's going to have to really... I feel a bit sorry for him, Jimmy, in one sense, because all the attacking is going to come down his side. I mean, even if they don't think Forrest is having a good game, what they've got on their bench, they're all going to be attacking their left back.
Yeah.
So the rest of our players are going to need to really dig in. But going back to what you said on Friday, Jimmy, I know you were a wee bit concerned if McCrory did get a game, that he really hasn't had much game time apart from the two international young games that he had.
Yeah.
So do you think he'll be okay?
I think he will be okay, Blue Star. That was my concern, that that he hadn't had any first team game time, and it was only the under 21s internationals. But obviously, the gaffer saw what he's been doing in training, and he's warranted that place today instead of Kamara. So we go with the gaffer's judgment. But I mean, like yourselves, I'm a big fan of McCrory, and a lot of seem to think that he could be the future captain. So, I mean, that is very defensively minded midfield. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out as the game progresses. If we become too defensive, then for me that's a backs to the wall for us, and we should be making having a go at them. I'm looking for more of a Scott Arfield today, guys.
Without a doubt, Jimmy. Without a doubt.
What do you think, folks? You think they're need a big performance off of Scott Arfield today? He owes his one, didn't he?
Well, it's not that he owes us, man. I think we'll see a lot more of Scott Arfield today because it'll be an open game. And I think you'll get a bit of room to play instead of running into packed defences all the time where there's no room to do anything.
Yeah.
And it'll be a real match-up today with the base sets of midfielders. I think they'll go 4-2-3-1, whereas I think we'll be 4-3-3, if you know what I mean. We'll try and hold the midfield. It's containing the front three, and it'll be the same for them, mate. Our wingers can do a lot of damage a day.
Oh, that you can see that's a certainty, mate. You know, and that's where we need to be strong. Coming down that left flank, especially for me, as I say, Andy Halliday. I mean, we know when he's played for us that he's performed to the best of his ability, but he needs a big game today. So do the rest of the players. The back four, I'm not so much concerned about. They just need to keep their head, and saying that, going on to keep their head. The referee today, for me, does it cause you concern?
Don't want it in now.
Hello?
Hello. That was my ma asking me if I wanted a rolling sausage, guys.
No, for me.
Tell your mother I'll have one.
Aye, tell her there's 6 years.
Aye. JFK, the only problem I've got is, and just what you were coming on to there, see the likes of Kent, I just think Kent's going to have to, he might have to double back quite a lot if Halliday's really getting pressurised, which is okay on the other side because we can do as we know is good at right back, basically. Yeah. So I think he's going to have to furry, he's going to have to really work hard. But getting back to Arfield, for me, I don't see the other two trying to break forward, if you know what I mean. I think they'll have to sit and contain. He's obviously going to get the go-ahead to try and break forward, to go up front to help wee Alfie. So just, it's like everything else. We'll have to wait and see how it pans out.
Yeah. What about you, Bridge?
Oops. I keep switching it off. I've on and off a mute there for some reason. Sorry, boys. No, I think that if we're going to move up, they'll move. Ryan Kent will move up as an attacking midfielder. You know what I mean? So I think McCrory will be expected to stay at the back, stay behind. But I think we will play probably more defensively than we have for a wee while in the midfield, that is. And Ryan Jack, do apologise. Sorry, did I say Ryan Kent? I do apologise. Ryan Jack, no, I really like Ryan Jack and I like him. I prefer him as the defensive midfielder, but I don't think that's going to happen today. I think young Ross McCrory, hopefully he shines today because I think he's a fantastic midfielder, a defensive mid. Brilliant. Yeah. And what he needs and what Halliday needs, and I suppose the rest of the defence, is to get the first, shall we say, win the first battle. The first ball that comes in near them, they've got to win it. In some way or other, they've got to win it. Otherwise, all you're doing is giving the other team a wee bit chance, They might think the same as, if I win my first ball, I'm in. Just like Halliday did at Ibrox. No saying he tackled the guy or hurt the guy or anything like that, but he went in 100%, got the ball, and away we went. And I think we built for there. I don't expect too much for the right-hand side, so Tavernier's not a bad player in defence. He's not the greatest, but my goodness gracious, he's more effective going forward. So we need him to do something.
Fox no there.
JFK, would you agree with me in saying that that kind of team that we've put out, it would be absolutely brilliant. See if we could possibly get a goal up. I feel that the way that's set up, that more to contain, if you know what I mean, that if we went a goal in front, that's playing into our hands. Would you kind of agree with that, if you know what I mean?
But I wouldn't have said, but I don't think that's a game that this team can play. I know teams in the past that we've went to Pedo Dome and we've actually managed to soak up as much pressure as they throw at us and then we can hit them on the counter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the midfield is a good defensive midfield, put it that way. I agree with you. I'm just sometimes concerned about the back four if they're under severe pressure. No, I just think my concern up front is only the fact is I hope Fred gets help. He doesn't need to come back looking for the ball all the time. And we're looking for Jack and Arfield to go and help him with that. And obviously we've got the Candyman and Kent on the wings. So you're probably right in that aspect, Blue Star, that if we did manage to go a goal up, would we put the shutters up? I wouldn't like to think so.
No, I didn't, Jimmy. I didn't mean that. I meant that if we've got to try and contain, if you know what I mean, and just try and hit them in the break. But I think differently for yourself in the sense that, see how normally you'd expect Jack to try and push a wee bit forward. I don't think that'll happen in this game. I feel McCrory's better at that, to be honest. Only going with see the game at Petraudry. McCrory was absolutely phenomenal that second half at Brecon for midfield, mate. He really was. He won us a game that day. Yeah. So he's got a good engine on him, you know.
What about you, Fox? You think that they'll use McCrory rather than Arfield for that role?
No, I think McCrory will stay deep and cover the two centre backs. The one thing about Andy Halliday, when you were speaking about him, he's got to shove Forrest to his outside, mate. He can't let him come inside.
Yeah.
Aye, that's the danger there. We've also been joined by Big Al for Australia.
Hello, Al. How you doing, pal?
Oh, I'm doing fine, gentlemen. I'm doing fine. Is that square sausage or links? That roll sounds good.
I haven't got it yet, mate. I don't know.
You don't know. I think I'm looking at that team there. So, just what Fox is saying. Do you think, Fox, you would have been better playing instead of Jack? He would have been. I like Jack, and he fluctuates a bit, but Kamara, just to give a wee bit more legs in front of. I'm scared we go there and we're too defensive. I'm not saying we play for a draw, but you know what I mean. We need a win. We're going to the piggery, or the lion's den. Who said that? Wasn't it? A den of iniquity, actually.
Yeah.
So it is a den. It's a hovel, actually. So I'm just a wee bit that we'll be too cautious. I want McCrory in the team week in, week out, but would I like somebody else in front of him? He's a bit of legs. Hopefully, Arfield's probably been tasked with that job, so he pulls his socks up and does his a turn a day. But the team's a team. I think we could all probably pick that team. Maybe with the only change for me would have been Kamara maybe instead of Jack, because I just like us to be in the front foot a bit. You know what I mean? But if we're under the pump and we nick the game 1-0 in the 90th minute, I'll be happy.
KFK, would any of you pick that team and instead of putting maybe Jack in, played Davis, so that if we had, we could put them in the attack? No, Davis is. I think Kamara would be better suited for that. That's my personal opinion. Davis is obviously a better player, but
I did say Davis maybe merited a chance because he was getting all the plaudits for playing for Northern Ireland, but there's no one that I would have put in the team. But I mean, I'm the same as Al. I mean, I would have played Kamara, but I'm pleased that McCrory's there. And I think, where you go, Fox?
I was just going to say about Davis playing in the international game for Northern Ireland, mate. It's a completely different game. This will be blood and thunder, and we need legs in the midfield.
Yep.
Yeah. And as I said earlier on, we've got 3 other midfielders on the bench that we can replenish the midfield at any time. And I think the only time we'll see Davis is if we're behind and we need to go for it, and maybe because he's about the best passer out the midfield. McCrory isn't exactly known for his passing. Jack's not exactly great with it either. So it's more a workman-like midfield to contain, as Jimmy said earlier on. And then maybe after 20 minutes we'll start to come out and maybe show a wee bit. But as I say, I think we'll see Davis at one time in the game.
Bridge, what do you think?
I'd love to see Davis. I wanted Davis to start. I thought Davis would be. He's coming into a game. He's got momentum on his side. Obviously, we know his age, and we know there's limitations, and it would be his first Old Firm game for a while. But I'd love to have seen him playing. Hopefully, he does come on. He will not. He won't let himself down. Based on what we've seen, his two latest international games rather. For Northern Ireland, he's been marvellous, looked really good. And I thought the last game he played, he was coming on to a game, particularly in the second half. He really came on.
Did he play both 90 minutes, Bridge, in those two games?
I think so, pal.
I think he did.
But all I'm meaning is that I know they weren't. Sometimes internationals are burst, hunter and burst, But seriously, I thought he played really well and well within himself. I thought he was really, really good. Don't get me wrong, I'm under no illusions. I would love to see him starting for Rangers, and the sooner he gets a start, the better for me. But you've got that young boy, McCrory, who desperately needs to start, and he always seems to play well against Celtic. So let's see how he goes, and hopefully Davis comes on in the second half. And if he does, he shows us all he's well worthy of a start for the next time.
Blue Star?
I would totally, I would echo Bridgman's thoughts here, JFK. I just think initially, if we're a midfielder sitting in, I do think we're relying an awful lot on our two wingers, and I just hope that they're on song today, because we really do need them to be on song today. And the likes of Kent, the way he kind of cuts in. See if he gets at that Boyata and that big young boy Adrian, that he'll terrify them. He definitely will. So we've got to make sure that and Candyman, we all know he's got the ability. I just feel a lot of the times with him, although I love him, I've got to be honest, I often feel that he's always tracking back all the time because they're fearing in case Tab's too far forward, if you know what I mean. But if we're hitting them in both wings, I will cause them bother. There's no doubt about it.
I think this is probably the day that we're looking for Fred to break his duck, obviously, because definitely. we need him to perform. We know he will perform, and he'll be kicked with pillar to post. So this is when we're looking for a strong referee today. How strong he'll be in Pedo Dome, we don't know. Are you concerned about the Fred today with the goings on with him, the bookings and that? Is there a chance that he'll go off the part today?
No, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not concerned about the referee. I'm not concerned about Fred, but the one thing he has to do today, he has to produce a goal today, or two, or three. It's a must for him. He's been away with his Columbia teammates. They're all raving about him. He's the future of Colombian football. Well, he's playing for Glasgow Rangers today against a bitter rival. He has to score today. I hope he does score. I think he will score today. It's whether we've got enough in the locker and enough with the rest of the players to score an R1, 2, 3. The Candyman's got to step up today. He that's his game. I was reading a thing about. I think he is similar to Suarez in a lot of ways, and I heard the manager was talking about him. Like, that's just the way that boy is. I don't think we're going to change him now. When he leaves us, he'll be the same type of player. Whoever he goes and he's successful with, he'll be the similar type of player. You're not going to take that out of that boy now. He's a grown man, but he has to step up the day. He has to show us that he is what he is. He's the real deal. Like, and hopefully this is a platform and they can do it today.
Yeah.
So if MD wants to join us, the number's 0141 356 1972, or you can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, where I'll bring you into the call. Thank you.
Well said, Foxy.
I just think today that we need a blood and guts performance today. I think they've all got to step up to the line here and perform the way that we know they can. Because, I mean, the way we've been playing the last few months, no weeks, guys, it's been very, very varied. You know, for going for very good to very, very bad. So let's hope the day's a very, very good performance phase, and that we need everybody to get into them, as they say. So I'm really looking forward to it today, and because I'm like Big Al, I think Fred can score a couple today. I said it was going to, my prediction would be 2-1, but be happy with any result. I'd be happy a bridge 1-0.
A lot of averages. It's got to come Monday, isn't it? It's got.
Well, I would think
it's
so.
got to come Monday. I mean, I've sat here for about 6 years, and I've never got a result, and then we got a result. So the same thing. I've sat here for how many Celtic games has he played in? About 6.
He's had let's be honest here, guys. He's had plenty of chances against them. So here's hoping the day that he does stick them away. You know, it's not that he's not had chances. He's actually had some great chances against them.
Well, you're maybe looking for the midfield as well. Your Arfield, right, a danger, but you might be looking there. Their eyes are on Morelos. Try to stop him from scoring. You've got Ryan Jack here. His confidence up. He scored against them the last time. I'd be telling him, look, son, you scored before. Just go and score again for us. Yeah. Easy. You've done it once before. You've broke the back. You've done the hard work. Easy peasy. Japanese, lemon squeezy, put it in the back of the pokey for us, send the Bears all home happy like.
But touching on what Fox said earlier, I mean, I've got Forrest there, so I mean, Halliday's got to push him. But he's got to push our way.
Aye, put him out the park. Just put him out the park, like. Don't let him turn in now.
You can't let him turn in because that's what he does all the time, and he's good at he does that way.
Halliday made that mistake, I think, 2 or 3 times in the last game. But then you could see he tried to rectify it. So surely he's going to into this game this time with no doubt in his head. I'm not going to let him turn in. He's going to be out in that. You know what I mean? Surely they're going into this learning. The managers learned, the players have learned. They've analysed this team. The team may play slightly different, but it's the same players. They've got a different manager. Popcorn teeth. They know what's expected of them. There's no bigger platform for them to play on there. No, hardly any Rangers fans gone there. The baying mobs after you. That must make you play an extra 20, 30, 40, 50% harder. It's got to, man. If it doesn't, well.
Do you think Stevie G's comments regarding, I mean, he said there's nothing better as a player to go away from home against your bitterest rivals and win. Do you think that'll have G'd the players up? Do you think that's a motivation he's tried to install in them today?
Well, see if it doesn't JFK, there's something wrong. Mm-hmm. It should G them up. And as Big Alan, you said there, let's be honest, the last couple of months we've been really, for me, they're not getting away from it. We've been poor. We've had poor results in games that we should have undoubtedly won. So let's hope they all know that's our bitter rivals. They know that the platform's there for them. They've all got to give 100%. No 4 or 5. We need the whole 10 outfield players all going for it. And if we get that, then that's all we can ask.
Yeah, Bridgeman.
It's the mentality, Jimmy, that matters today. They've got to go out there and think that they can win.
Yep.
And if Stevie G's brought up many times about the mentality, and then the mentality you need to play for a club like Rangers, they've got to go out and show that today. They will be under loads of pressure for the crowd, and the crowd will influence the referee. For me, they've got to take everything that goes for them and goes against them and just drive on all the time. They've got to believe in each other. As I said, I think it was on Friday night, if you believe in each other and trust each other on the ball, you'll start to play as a team. I just hope that we can get our act together right away, right for the off. No early mistakes to put us under pressure. We've got to be on the ball right for the first whistle for me.
Jimmy, the thing is, that's more or less, maybe the likes of Barisic, he would have started, we all know he would have started at left back. But give or take maybe 1 or 2 in the midfield, that's more or less Stevie's tap team, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So see if they don't do it for him. I'm watching him now, just talking to one of our reporters. You can see the passion in the guy's face. You can see the desire he's got, and he knows he can't pull the boots on. He's obviously been trying to transfer that into the players' heads, and as Fox says, it's all about the attitude. You get the mental side right, the rest just comes naturally. And if it doesn't, and he sees that that's more or less his, he's put there living out, thinking that that's his best side. If none of them, if they don't turn it on, and he doesn't think they're up to it, then they'll not be there, Jimmy. They can't be there, because we need. The bottom line is, it's not just the fans. He's manager. He's employed with us. It falls on his head. So if he sees players that are no up to the fact of going to that pedodome, then he's got to do something about that. But no thinking negative, thinking positive. He's put the team out. They're all fit, and as Fox says, if they go out with the right attitude, they should be able to get a result today. Let's not kid ourselves on. If they don't perform, then on their own heads be it. But for me, it's all down to, I agree with Fox 100%. It's all down to attitude, Jimmy. We go out with the right attitude and give 100%, then we'll get something.
Yeah. Bridgeman, what do you think about any players who have got fear today? No, I mean, they've all played against Celtic now, the puddle drinkers, so everybody should know what to expect, so they should be good out there today without having any fear, shouldn't they?
Yeah, in general, yeah, you're absolutely right. They've been to their midden, they've played in their midden, they know what their massive crowd that they like to call them, they know what that's like. So I don't think there's very many of them get any fears at all in that sense. It's all about how they play. The crowd will have a bigger effect on Celtic than it will on Rangers, I would think, if everything goes right. Because, the crowd's going to be for Celtic, so they'll roar them on. And it might come to our advantage, I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, no Rangers player should have any fear whatsoever. No fear or trepidation. It's a game of football. Providing we keep it to a game of football, we should be able to play and do well against them. That's the way I look at it.
We ain't.
Oh, I love it when the odds are stacked against me personally. I love it. That brings out the beast in me. So that's what I wouldn't need. If you're in that change room, you wouldn't need to be telling them that. Like, you're here, get there into the orcs. See all the orcs in the stand. You'd just be winding them up, man. I'd be sitting at the side of the park winding them up, man. I don't think you shouldn't have, as a professional, you shouldn't need any motivation for that. It's a big stage. If there's guys in there of ambition to go further, this is the stage that they have to produce it on. If there's guys that aren't going further but want to stay with Rangers, this is the stage that they have to produce it on. You shouldn't need to tell the players, you shouldn't need to motivate them for this particular game. You should have it in them. They're playing for Glasgow Rangers. Easy peasy, straight out there, man. Get in about them. Halliday, Jack, any one of them. First 30 seconds, get a tackle and set the standard. And that's us. Just do the same as you've done the last time. 1-0 all day, me, Morelos. 96 minute.
We've spoken about all the outplay. How important's McGregor today?
Very important.
And he's no daft antics, no getting bookings or anything like that. And that's the same for McCrory for me. As long as he doesn't get booked early, where it's going to curtail his normal game, go to time his tackles as well. And as I say, don't take the early booking, because if he does that, mate, I think we need to change him right away. We can't afford to go down to 10 men at any time,
So are you talking about Fred, Fox?
No, I'm talking about McCrory. It's very important for him. He hasn't played for a few games. Yeah. He'll be very eager to impress today, but he's got to time his tackles well. As I say, an early booking for him could more or less take him out of the game. So the players round about him will need to have wee quiet words with McCrory, I think,
Guys, I'm just looking at the pictures now. Sorry, Jimmy.
There you go.
See where our fans are sitting in now. It's ruddy frightening. Do you know, even in the dugout, they can't even see our fans. They're away stuck in the corner, right? And it's not even, obviously, because it's not a decent ground, but it's stuck in a corner at the same side of the park as you know. It's scandalous. I hope every one of the fans are all right today.
It's a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed. The
It is,
SPFL should get that notified. That should not be allowed. And only 800 fans and they're stuck in a corner. Sorry. At least the Ibrox are stuck in a corner, but they can see everything. You know what I mean? Nah, it's just rubbish. Just
scandalous where they are. It really is.
Oh, by the way, not on that point, there was a story broke this morning about, what do you call it, about paintball and the Rangers fans. When they were herded into whatever area they were going to, outside. I don't know if anybody's heard anything, but I dare say nothing's happened at all. It's probably just rather rubbish, you know. But that's what they're talking about.
There was a parade that left Brigton Cross 10:15. Brigton loyalists were marching, and they were wanting as many Rangers fans to follow them to the route that they'd made up with the police to get into the back of the Emirates. So I hope there was a lot turned up for that. But the physicality of the game doesn't concern me in the fact that I think that the midfield is a good defensive tackling midfield, but I'm the same as Fox. You know, McCrory's been first team fit for a while, so most said he's going to be raw. But my concern would be if he does get that booking, then what do you do then? If it's an early booking to replace him, I probably
replace him with Davis or Kamara. As Fox said earlier, we've got depth on the bench. Yeah. We can change it, but I think it's critically important that as soon as we can, we put our foot on their neck. Whether that's gaining it, whether that's for us to take a booking, I don't care. They have to know they have just poked a bear.
Yeah.
Throwing paint, they're wanting to throw paint across their living room was the Clarty Manx.
And I just say, whoever's got the telly on, could they turn it down a bit? We can hear it's coming through.
It's definitely not me. The woman on the telly's got a Scottish accent or an English accent.
It's not me.
Not me either.
I'll get mine turned at more than
Do you think, I was reading just before I spoke to you, that Greg Stewart and this Hasty, are they signings that we're going to make?
Well, the Greg Stewart one, that's been on the cards now for the last year and a half, and it's never ever materialised, you know. So who knows?
I just thought I'd ask you. I thought you were
a couple of guys on follow are saying that both those deals are done. That's the story. One of them was four lads. He's saying that both. I think it's four lads that said both deals are done, and it'll be reported during the week.
Is that Greg Stewart's position? Left midfield, left winger, attacker.
Well, they're talking about him being a number 10.
Yep.
Right, okay.
He's got ability, guys. There's no doubt about it.
He's got something about the boy. He's got something about him, and he's clean and tidy looking. You know what I mean? It'd be great for the team photo. I just hope he can produce it on the park. Like
JFK, can I ask you, guys, what did you think of every single newspaper the day giving you the thing with Gerrard about I'm needing more money? That kind of startled me to bring that out the morning of the Old Firm game. I didn't think that looked good at all.
Everybody needs more money.
Oh, I know that.
I want more money. Yeah.
It's just the way.
You've got to. That's what's going to happen. It's the same. There's been a few things this week. Loyalist bands down at the Britex March. I try to see where they were going to mention Rangers on that. That has been gone. Actually, there's always been something linked to our community in regards to this all week. You know what? Who cares? We pumped this lot today, man. That's it.
It was an interview. Somebody asked Stephen Gerrard, and he was saying, "Well, we need to see something like we need to see what the money's like. If we want to get we want to catch Celtic, then in all probability we'll need to buy some better players." And it's a comment like that, and that's been taken by probably the Record and the Sun, and they've blown that up. It's saying Gerrard is demanding more money. Oh, that crap, you know.
We discuss that, or you discuss that every night, the exact same thing, but we've got it in context. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry too much about that stuff.
I don't know so much about Greg Stewart, but I have heard at various sources that the boy Hastie's is a definite. It's a stick on.
Was he for Carfin? I heard he was for Carfin. Is that true? Is he true?
The thing is,
it doesn't matter.
The thing is, we're going to have to replenish again.
Yes.
Our squad. I think that we'll get the same as last season. A lot of players will go out of our team that the manager doesn't think are strong-willed enough. And we're not going to get any quality signings at this time in the year. All he's doing is replenishing the squad, mate. I think that's
but do you think, do you think Fox is just replenishing the squad in regards to who he's going to lose with loan players? Because if he is, that's fine. We keep the nucleus of what we've got. It isn't too bad. Hasty seems fine. Stewart seems fine. The wee boy for Kilmarnock seems fine. Scott, they might up the thing with Docherty comes back. There you go, and then supplement that with what we've been talking about. The kind of marquee signings, maybe 2 or 3 of the marquee signings. We've still got the 4. If Davis stays, we still, it doesn't look too bad. Like as we move forward.
As I said a couple of weeks ago, Al, there was I pinpointed 11 players that I think that he would probably let go. Most of them are loan players, and others are subject to requirement. Sorry.
And out of the 11 players, most of them were the loan players that were in the squad at the moment, and the rest of them were players that were out and loan away for the club anyway, wasn't it?
Aye, well, I mean, I would obviously bring Docherty back,
yes.
Definitely, and obviously we've got Jamie Murphy to come back in the scene again. Graham Dorans, we don't know about. I don't know about Zach Rudden. I wouldn't keep Stephen Davis, but I think we probably will. Defoe, I think the noises he's making that he will be here next season. But Hasty, I've heard as a goer. I've also heard that he's cooling on Shinnie. He's holding back on Shinnie now for whatever reason. I hope that never comes to fruition because I don't want him at Ibrox. But I've said before, if he comes, then I would support him because he's got the blue on. I think. I still think we need 5 or 6 players for next season. But anyway, on to what's happening today, guys. Before we go, give a wee shout what you think the score will be. What about you, Fox, first?
I'm hoping we keep it tight and go 1-0 up and hold on to it. That's the way I see it going. 1-0 to Rangers.
Out.
Oh, I'm not good at predictions, but I just hope the Gers. Morelos, 96th minute, penalty. 1-0. That has ripped their 90, wasn't it?
I like
that
it.
Ripped their
I like
90.
What about you,
JC in the lobby said Gers for Rangers 6-0.
Some of that.
If only.
Sunday morning, he's on the Bob Hope. Jesus. Remember that way, a roast sausage.
Sorry, Jimmy, you were asking me a question. I do apologise.
There you go, pal. What's your score predictions?
I said
I'll take a 1-0
right now. I'll take a 1-0. Obviously, I want more. I want us to play well and beat them on the pitch and beat them in the score. Right, that's what I'd like. Beat them by better players. Really deserve the win. And so to continue what we did at the end of the season, and we'll see at the end of the year, that last year. So let's see if we can do that. And good luck to the Rangers. That's all I can say. Good luck to the boys. Get in there. And well done, the fans.
Blue Star.
I've said it all week, Jimmy. 2-1 for me. I'm just reading on the lobby there. Who is it? Cumbrian Bears put yes, and every one of them a mile offside. Hee. For the 6-0 prediction.
Well, I'm the same as yourself. I'm going for a 2-1, and I'm just hoping that the guys perform the way they they can. As I said earlier on, I mean, we've been playing hot and cold the last couple of months, not just weeks. And I'd like to see Fred score the 2 of them.
Oh,
I'm not really concerned so much about McCrory getting his shout today because I know he has been out lately, but I'm quite happy to see him in there. So I'm going for 2-1, guys. So,
McCrory the winner.
I don't care who scores the winner. I'll score it if I could. Anyway, guys, it's just about that time now. Remember, 15 minutes after the final whistle, we'll be back on. And remember, it's all about the Rangers, so I'll pass you on to the bridge man. And they always say, guys, we are a people.
Let's go.
You there, Bridge?
I think he's away, Jimmy.
Away.
No, I'm here, pal. I'm here.
Hey, pal.
I'm just going to say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, this is a massive day for us. Massive. Keep it going for the Rangers, everybody. Keep it going.
Okay, guys, see you 15 minutes after.
Thanks, Jimmy.